Hi everyone, welcome to the first part of searching and sorting algorithms. So the first problem under searching and sorting is to find the first and last position of an element in a sorted array. So I have already solved this problem, but I'm going to show you the version or the variation of the solution that I have used. So if I double click on this link, we'll be redirected to this workspace. So I've already read this description, so I'll just explain this problem to you using this example. So the first input is the number of test cases followed by the inputs of each test case. If I talk about this first test case, the first input is the number of elements in the array, the second one is the target, and then there is an array of elements. So first we're gonna make use of one variable to store the number of test cases. So I'll use int test cases in. Now we have the number of test cases, so we can make use of the for loop to loop through all the test cases while test cases, and inside each test case we would need two variables, one for target and one for the count of array. We'll use int count and target, and now we can make use of a for loop to get all the elements of array. So I'll use for int I equals to 0 and less than count I plus plus. I'll make use of one variable to store the value of element, int x cin x. Now the condition we have to write is if x is equal to target Let's talk about the other use case first, in case there is no such element in the array. So in that case we have to make use of one boolean, something like this, found equals to true, bool found equals to false. So if during the iteration, if ever the control reaches this block of code, which means that the array does contain the target, so we need to print the result before the while loop ends here. So we have to write if found cout first occurrence, then there will be a space, there will be second occurrence, and end of line, else. Okay. So if the value is not there in the array, we're just going to print -1. And if we do have that target in the array, we're going to print this format as mentioned here. So let's define these two variables inside the while loop, and I'm going to initialize them with -1, int equals to -1 So now if we talk about this condition, first we need to store the index of first occurrence if it is there. But the question is, how would we know if this index of element is the first occurrence? So we need to make use of this -1 value. So I'll write something like if fo is equals to -1, which means if this is the first occurrence, store the value of occurrence in fo, else store the value of index in last occurrence. So if we consider this example and if we look at this array, when the control reaches this point, it's going to get inside this block if x is equal to target and if fo is equal to -1, which is true. So the value of index, which is 2, will be set to fo, right? And in the next iteration, when the iteration reaches this point, the control will reach this block, and if x is equal to target, yes. If fo is equal to -1, no, because now the fo is 2, so it will go here. So now the value of lo, which is last occurrence, will be 3, and then in next iteration it will be 4, and then it will be 5, and that is our output, which is 2 space 5. So that's what we have done here. There is one more case which is missing, but let me run this program here first. So as you can see, in the first test case, the answer should be 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 space 5, which is fine. But if you consider this test case, we are looking for 7 and there is only one 7. So in this case, the first occurrence and last occurrence will have to be the index of this, which is 6. So its correct answer would be 6 space 6, but we are getting -1. So to satisfy this use case, I am going to write here inside this condition lo equals to I, because if there is only one element, this block of code is never going to run, right? So now it should run fine, and if I just submit this, you will see it's working fine. So this is one solution, and there could be multiple variations of the solutions. Suppose you could have made use of list or array. You could have stored all these elements in an array, and then you could have run the loop and write the same logic. That is one thing. So you can try some other solution also, but to be honest with you, this is not the right or the recommended solution because of the time complexity. If you look at the question carefully, it's written given a sorted array. So we could have made use of binary search here, and that's what I'm going to talk about in my next video. So if we make use of binary search for this problem, the time complexity is going to get reduced to big O of log n. So that's it for today from my side. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.